All right, and we are live. Welcome back with Murphy Mac to another episode of the Fitness Beginner Podcast, where we help you get started on your fitness journey. What is going on, everybody? We have another podcast episode for y'all today, and we have yet another interview. We have two interesting people coming on to the podcast, and I'm going to bring them up onto the screen now. We have Mr. Jon Engelson and Mr. Yuda Holtzberg. I hope I said that right. Close.
You're right.
So they
Two for two.
Yeah, there we go. So these two guys work for a company called Joburg Meats, and they specialize in making steak slices. If I said that right, but yeah, they. So Jon, I didn't get much information about Yuda, but Jon is a holistic coach. He's been working in the industry for 30 years. So yeah, they have a lot of experience in this field. So we're gonna talk a little bit about food, a little bit about fitness. So it should be an interesting podcast for y'all today. But I want to go ahead and let them kind of introduce themselves a little bit. So Jon, if you'll just give us a little glimpse of what you do and who you are.
Thank you. First, thank you so much for having me on the podcast, having us. It's a pleasure to be here. Hello to your audience. And my name is Jon Engelson. I've been in the health and nutrition industry business journey for a little over 30 years, probably a little bit more by now, 35. And started out in my mid 20s with just becoming obsessed by learning as much as I could about health and nutrition. And I started a company in my early 30s called You Are What You Eat, which we were pioneers in bringing in health and nutritional snacks to schools. That's how it started. Then we ended up uh, transferring those into the mass market and to other places. And I just have been continuing on this journey. I've done consulting for a number of companies in the health and nutrition world to help them refine and market the products. And I've also did a lot of uh, seminars and health and nutrition seminars here in Brooklyn to try to make people more aware of holistic and healthy ways to live and to increase their vitality. So that's a little bit about myself.
Thank you. And if you'll do the same, kind of introduce yourself and
Nice.
Yeah, Jon has been in the health and fitness coaching for the last 35 years. I've been in the eating business since I was born. I've been eating my way through life, and it's a lot of fun. And part of it, um, jokes aside, oh no, actually that wasn't a joke. That's very serious. We've all been in the eating business our whole life, and but one thing that always I've been a very picky eater my whole life, and especially coming from the kosher world where it's kind of limited with what there is. And as I grew up, I always had these dreams and ideas and fantasies about owning factories and producing something that's unique, different. And when you go into the non-kosher aisle to see stuff that is on par with the same thing. So this little dream over here kind of went in that direction of getting products that was clean, delicious, outstanding, and healthy and clean. And um, some of the words are repeated because people don't even understand what that means. You
mhm.
say clean, and they're like, "Oh, I did you drop the bag in mud? Like, what happened?" Most people don't even know what the term clean means. Honestly, neither did I till about quite a few years ago. I had no idea what it is because I went with an idea that was just something that was, I thought, healthy. I used the word healthy and delicious and outstanding. I didn't realize the concept of clean until Jon was, kind of introducing me to all the new terminologies. Um, my venture in this started as a restaurateur, or a restaurant person making some Texas Texas smoked meat. That was a lot of fun, but definitely realize not sure about the healthy side of it. Good
Mm-hmm.
and tasty, yes. Healthy, no. And then we just all of a sudden had this idea that just came to us, and we literally just ran with it, went to the end of the world with it, and that journey has ever been since the epicenter of everything that I talk about and I do and present people with, and the concept of John already has already known with me the way we talk about products and ideas is all about creating stuff that some of it exists, but doing it in a completely healthy and clean manner so that the audience out there that's like, "Oh, I wish I could have it. That's a protein. I wish I can have it." But no, it's got too much garbage in it. To be able to have that option for them with a product that actually tastes not just equal to, but actually better than what you even are used to when you used to eat the garbage, you now have something that is absolutely outstanding. And this is, coming from the kosher side, the kosher is now just happens to be. But the product, I mean, I've given it to so many people who don't keep kosher. They're like, "This is better than anything I've ever had."
Awesome. So let's dive. You talked about being clean. Let's dive into that topic a little bit more. I know this is a very complex question, but if you had to dumb it down as much as you could, what does clean mean in your opinion?
Uh,
John, I'll let you go. Okay, I'm gonna start with that from my understanding.
Mm-hmm.
John is gonna present it in his way because he understands a lot deeper than me on a deeper level. But clean to me means one, there's no nitrates. There's none of that chemicals in there that people fear and go, "Oh, I'm gonna eat meat, but it's gonna kill me." Whether it's because of the antibiotics in the meat, what kind of meat is it? What's in the meat? What kind of chemicals? What are you putting into it? And that's really where we started to narrow down. I started to think about every single item that goes into it. Every single thing is natural or organic or pasture raised, non-antibiotic. I mean, the stuff is just clean. The meat itself is all grass-fed, pasture raised. The meat itself is clean. The apple cider vinegar we put inside is organic. So it's got all the enzymes and all the beauty and that sweetness that comes with it. Spices are all clean. The spices that come with it are all just like it's like what a pepper and some of this regular stuff that you buy in the in your grocery store that you would feel comfortable to put on your own food. There's no we'll call it the factory chemicals or the factory ingredients that you don't know how to pronounce. That's my understanding.
Mm-hmm.
John, you chime in over here.
no, I mean, I don't know if I could even say it better, but what I would say today is that the irony of the grocery store and how it's laid out is basically if it's in a box or a bag or any type
Mm-hmm.
of then it there's some process there, and the cleanest food is you go and you grab fill in the blank. You grab a steak, you get some eggs, you get it's in its purest form. So now, having said that, there's levels from that purest form, and the purest form of, let's say, a snack that you can have would be something with what we call minimally processed, three three or four ingredients maximum, and just put in a bag for air for protection. But you're really getting the essence of the product when you open it. You're not getting something changed from when the product is put, actually cut off and sliced. It's a steak slice, an air dried steak slice, and you put it in an airtight bag. You're getting the cleanest possible type of snack. So, as opposed to things that would just sit on the shelf for months with air, without air. It doesn't matter. I mean, you could take a jelly bean and you could put it on the in a bowl, and it could be there in 2 weeks, and it's going to be the same thing because
Hmm.
it's not really food. So the irony, the more something would actually uh, be subject to, say, molding or something like this, the faster would be really uh, the more clean food, so to speak, the quicker that it would be. So you wouldn't leave, for instance, things you would leave overnight out, but you wouldn't leave raw meat outside, right, overnight,
Hmm.
and cook it the next day, because it's clean. It can't sit there. It sits there on the shelf, packed, vacuum packed, let's just say, for a few days, but that's what we call clean. You go and you pick up your fruit or your vegetable, and it's in its finest form. Now, what have they done to alter that cleanliness in a hidden way, in a very, very, to me, a very perverse way? Is you think you're picking up an orange, or you're thinking you're picking up a grapefruit, but you're picking it up with whatever pesticide load and with whatever alteration that they've done to it. Could be a genetically modified product now. So they've really um, come full circle, so to speak, from what something was 50 or 80 years ago to now. We don't know, and we have to kind of investigate it. I mean, even in one of my summers, I remember at the end, somebody, when a question and answer session, somebody would say, "John, how do we know this is really organic?" And I would be like, it's a great question. How do we really know? Did we go to the farm? Look, we're trying to do our best. That's all I can say. We're trying to get the best information possible. But is small farming coming back? I mean, people are buying things. They know where it comes from. They know the farm. This is coming back very, very big right now, because food sourcing is key. So this was a long way of saying, really, something clean means as close to the actual original form of whatever that food was as possible. That's what really clean means.
You mentioned the grocery store, like anything that's in a box or a bag or something that's probably not the best for you. Something I like to say a lot is when you do your grocery shopping, you should shop around the outside of the grocery store. You should try to stay away from the inside as much as you can because those aisles, that's normally where your more processed foods are going to be. So that's like a little tip I like to use most of the time. But
That's
yeah,
a
I like
great.
that.
It's a great tip. And
Go ahead.
no, I was
Sorry.
just going to say 100%. Yeah, no, it's um, and that's already somebody just wants to change a little bit, whatever they could do to go into those outside aisles, and whatever that is, and whatever sort of works for you there. But meat, eggs, fish, and fruits, vegetables. Those are the cleanest products right now.
Absolutely. So you talked about you'd have talked about sourcing your products. Grass fed, grass finished. Your spices are all clean. So how does for y'all's meat, y'all's meat steak slices? I was going to call them meat slices. Your steak slices. How exactly do y'all source all y'all's ingredients for y'all's? Are y'all getting those kind of as locally as possible, or are they you get them from other places? How does that work?
No, the meat I specifically get actually from South America, where I know that the farms that nobody's pushing anybody to put antibiotics in them. They're pretty much organic and natural to begin with, versus over here by us here locally. Unfortunately, there's big pharma that's controlling even the natural products that we're eating. Um, big pharma's can you imagine big pharma's controlling the fish and the meat that you're eating? You're thinking you're avoiding big pharma. No, no, they stuck it in to our meats and fish so that we're dependent on them and addicted to them no matter what way we go.
I mean, and just a quick aside, I was shocked. I mean, things I didn't even know, but like one of the most healthy foods is in my opinion, is salmon, for instance. And if you look at where your salmon is sourced, or um, now today, I mean, you can't. You look in the small print; it says color added to, let's say, Atlantic salmon, which is one of the biggest. You know, why would you have to add color to that fish? Because it's in such. They're breeding in such a
It's
cesspool. I
farm.
don't want to, excuse. Yeah, I mean, it's terrible, and that the color they come out white unless you color them. Now go up to Alaska, which
Oh, we lost him.
Yeah. Wait,
That's
should we
that's
continue what he was saying? What John was saying is, well, you probably know that, and your listeners are probably there,
mhm.
in regards to when you're going to Alaska, the salmon you're getting is naturally colored because that's what do they eat? What's that food that the salmon eat in Alaska in the sea? Quid?
uh,
Um,
a krill. I know that's
krill.
whale.
Yes,
Yeah.
krill. Yeah, so that's red naturally. So when they say color added, it's simply because people are used to the salmon being pink, but in reality, in its form, it's really a white color meat. It's only pink because of the krill that they eat.
Hmm.
So they're trying to give it that, so they have to add color. Eh, you know, and also the farmed ones, yeah, they're delicious, the salmon, but they're all pumped with antibiotics and with color dye because they're all, how do you call it in the case? You ever seen a farm?
Yeah, it's overcrowded. They don't get the nutrients and stuff they need, so they don't
Yeah,
develop
it's
as
all
right.
about it's all about the breeding, just like to keep
Hmm.
on, the practice of getting it out as much as we can.
Yeah,
So
that's sorry. Go ahead.
no, so I was saying your audience is looking for fitness.
Yeah,
They aren't.
the dyes are one thing I never understood. Like, why do they have to add dyes to it? Like, I don't get it. Oh, here he is. I'm gonna bring him back up.
Yeah, well, but it's like, but your audience is going on the fitness. Are they necessarily on the healthy journey, or are they on the healthy because of the workout journey?
Yeah, the food's definitely a major part of it for sure. It's probably more of a part of it than working out in the fitness side of things.
Yeah, so they are very, very keen. They're very keen about the products that they take into their body.
All right, John joined down here, but it's not
Yeah,
putting him
he
on
fell
the.
back off.
I guess. Okay, we'll leave it like that. But yeah, I never understood the whole diet, especially with like the Red 40 and all those that they put in like processed foods and stuff too. I don't understand why they have to make it look pretty. Like I'd rather not eat the dyes and the food not look as pretty. I never
Yeah,
really got that.
but then it might look like pike instead of salmon, and they're like, you're not going to want to pay what you usually pay for salmon.
Yeah, I guess that's just my opinion. I care what it tastes like. I don't really care what it looks like.
Yeah, okay. How do you like salmon? Do you like salmon?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah. Do you like the fishy taste, or do you like
Not
the?
as much. Not really.
okay. Can you hear me now?
Yes, we can hear
Yeah,
you.
we get, yes. Now you're making what, a commercial for Verizon? Now we can't. Good. Now you're T-Mobile.
Yeah,
They're both the same, whether it's T-Mobile or Verizon. You get what I'm saying?
yeah,
Is,
I get you.
can you hear me
Yeah,
now?
Yes, we can hear you. Can't
definitely
see
can
you,
hear
but we
you.
can hear you.
I can't hear you.
All right, so we'll go. We'll try to as he's getting back on here. Um,
You can run, but you can't hide. You could try.
it says no connection now. All right,
Yeah.
so for beginners that may be feeling a little overwhelmed, when it comes to the nutrition side of things, what do you think's playing into that confusion? Like, why do we have people that don't necessarily know what's good, what's bad, and why is there confusion out there that
I
exists?
can't hear.
We can hear you. Can you hear us?
Yeah. If not, when he fixes his speaker, we'll add him back. Yeah, John. Yes, we hear you. Yeah. Okay.
All right, we'll just go until he gets back on. So yeah, why
Yeah.
do you think
Exactly.
there's so much confusion out there nowadays when it comes to nutrition? How can people kind of cut through the noise, all the junk that's out there nowadays?
Yeah, that's absolutely that's a very good question, and that's it's exactly what you hit the nail on the head. I think we all suffer from that. You go on and you look at nutrition. Most of the nutritional labels are, they're not honest. You look at the ingredients, you're
Mhm.
like, okay, like they'll put in the front like, yeah, like a keto, we're keto friendly or keto certified, and then you look at the back ingredients and you're like, okay, you're right, you may be keto certified or keto that, but you're not clean. You have a whole bunch of garbage in there, which is exactly your question of the confusion of the confusion. You're giving us
Here,
entertainment, John.
I'm gonna remove him from the screen until he gets it figured out.
Exactly. Yeah. So that is. I mean, I want to hear from you as well. I think this is a great discussion point about the nutritional confusion of.
Yeah, I was gonna say I absolutely agree with you. It's almost like they do it on purpose. Like the packaging tries to kind of manipulate it. It don't necessarily lie to you, but it kind of gives you. It don't give all the truth. Like like you said, it'll say keto, but it don't talk about all the other junk it has in there. It has a bunch of sugar in there. It has a bunch of all kinds of processed stuff in there. So it's definitely misleading, and you see it a lot on packages nowadays. Like it'll or a lot of things you see now is like protein foods. Like you'll see foods that say high protein. You look on the back and it has like 8 grams of protein, but it has like 300 calories. Well, that's not really a good protein source in my opinion.
or
It's a lot of calories.
or forget about the protein. It's like, okay, we got all the protein in there, but somehow it's got like 35 carbs.
Hmm.
You're like, wait a second, where did the carbs come from? You're a protein, and that's where the confusion is. They put that illusion of the label of that bar, the protein bar in front of you, to make you think like it's a healthy protein bar. And if you're not looking at the label to see that it's got like 28 grams of carbs, you know that something is extremely, extremely scary on there.
Hmm. There we go, John. We got you on here now. Can you
Yeah,
hear us?
John, you
Got
you
you
figured
back.
yourself out.
And he's gone. All right. Hey, I've had this happen to me before, so I totally get it. Having internet problems is definitely real. But yeah, I was
Yeah,
trying to think of some other ways that I've seen just blatantly like people misleading you or misguiding you on some labels. I was trying to think of some examples, but I mean it happens with pretty much anything. You can go in your pantry right now and probably find a few that's not necessarily telling the whole truth, or it's labeled as a health food product, which is far from the truth. And people that don't necessarily, they're not really in the fitness space or nutrition space, they would never know. Like they would, if they see the label that says healthy or if it says high protein or low carb, like they're going to believe it. They're just like, oh, this is a good product. Let's go ahead and take it and we'll eat it and we're eating healthy, which is, not always the case sometimes.
agreed, 100%.
Can you hear us, John? All right. I don't know what he's got going on. So
I'm
what?
gonna have you know it's gonna come on to me. I'm gonna have to fix his mentality.
So let's talk about your Joburg steak snacks. So it says y'all are air dried, grass fed steak snacks. So what exactly does air dried mean? Like what is that process of air drying your meat? How does that work?
Did you try it?
Yes, I
You
got
got
some samples. I got it right here actually. So yes, I've
nice. Oh,
tried
and I
it.
see the bags
I
are
like
empty. Love it.
I like the pepper. This one. This is my favorite.
Lo- Amazing. I'm actually making another pepper one, which is like a double crusted.
Yeah. I'm a big beef jerky guy. So what is like in beef jerky?
You, John,
Can you hear
the
us,
fact
John?
that you hear us, we hear you. You're gonna have to mute yourself. I'm gonna mute him right now. Oh, we
Well,
know he's not on screen with us,
he's
right?
not on the live stream. They can't hear
Oh,
him.
okay. You can't hear me either. Okay. You want to add him now? You want to see if he's okay?
Can you hear us,
John,
John? And he left again. All right, yeah.
He peeks in. Okay, all right. We're giving entertainment, or we're giving your audience some dizzy spell at this point. Um, to answer your question, so you've tasted this. You're a beef jerky guy,
Hmm.
and beef jerky, as you know, it is an extremely sugar heavy, syrup heavy cooked product.
Hmm.
Though some could taste good and some taste not so great. Um, we both know it. We both know what jerky is. And now you were introduced to steak slices. The first thought that came to your head was, "This is just another jerky." That was the first thought that came to your head, correct?
It's very similar, yeah.
Yeah, right. Good. Now, then you opened it up and you tasted it, and then you said, "Oh, okay, this does not taste like a jerky at all." What was your first impression when you tasted it? And this is the key, and then I'm gonna go into and tell you the whole secret of how it's made.
The first impression, well, one, like the texture is slightly different. It's very thin slices compared to beef jerky. It's a little bit thicker and it's harder, so it's definitely easier to chew. Um, the taste, it is slightly different. I'm not good at like describing tastes. Um, it definitely has more of like a steak taste. I don't know how to explain it, but it's slightly different. And all three flavors kind of have that same kind of base taste. Um, I'm trying to think of how to put it in words. I'm not very good at describing it, but it's good though. I like it. If you like beef jerky, you'll definitely like it for sure.
So you will elaborate on some of the stuff and also explain some of the stuff that you actually just said. For example, the base flavor. Okay. Um, one. So this product is not cooked. It's a non-heat treated item. So we preserve God's gift in its actual form. So when you're getting this product, it's as if you're eating straight up uncooked meat, except without the risks, obviously, without any of the potential bacteria or anything like that. You are totally safe. Um, I had the offline feeds on, and it
Yeah,
was like
I
a
can
little
hear it. I can
distracting.
hear him in the background too.
Oh, you heard it right?
Yeah, I can hear it.
Yeah. So I was like, I turned that off. Okay, so you have over here, you're getting God's gift in its purity, in its actual nature. Now, what you're tasting when you said there's a base, that's because there's that apple cider vinegar.
That's
So
yeah.
you're tasting that.
That's what I'm tasting.
Yeah.
It's almost
Yep.
kind of like a sour taste. Does that
Mhm.
make sense? Like a
Well, yeah, it's
sour.
vinegar. It's got
Yeah,
that vinegary, but it's a sweet vinegar.
yeah. You can definitely
It
taste it. That's what.
Yeah. It's not like your onion. It's not like your salt and vinegar chip,
Hmm.
if you know what I'm saying. Which is very intense. It's a light vinegar, but you taste it.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna go a little deeper in that. And that if you want to add John in, see, we'll test him once more. Tell him he's got one more chance. John, you got one more chance. Then you're off. Then you're striking out. We gave you the English baseball. 6 strikes to an out. Seems like you're out.
Yeah, he may need to get off the Wi-Fi or get on the Wi-Fi. One of the two.
Either one. He needs to get on one of them. Okay. Um, so the product is made. So we soak it in the vinegar, and we add the spices inside for each one. So each one's got the initial base, and then one has got the extra pepper, one has got the extra spicy, um, and then it literally goes into this chamber, which is about the size of probably your house, of each floor. We have like about maybe 3,000 square feet of dry room facility.
Wow,
That was
that's pretty big.
built. Yeah, it's huge. You put in like 15,000 pounds at a time in there. And each room is simply, it's a drying chamber. It's not an oven. There is no heating elements. It's just a temperature controlled, humidity controlled room. So the humidity is there to be controlled, exactly the humidity to pull the water out of the meat, so it dries it
Moisture.
up,
Yeah.
the moisture. And the actual meat itself has to stay at a certain temperature and not fluctuate back and forth. So it's regulated to be exact temperature for the whole period of time. It's about 2 weeks. Sits in there in steak like slices, these big slabs that are like a steak. And once it's dry, we then slice it, put it through a special slicer, which gives us that thickness of slice, and then we bag it. And that's in its natural form. That's why when you take a slice and hold it up, it actually looks like a steak. It's got the pink through it because it's not soaked in. It's not soaked in anything.
Hmm.
It's as is. It's in its purest form. It's exactly what a steak looks like. Did John send you the truffle flavor as well?
Yep. Got it here.
Okay.
The black
Did
truffle.
yes? Did you
Yeah.
taste it?
Yeah, I've tried it.
And what did you think? What did you think of the truffle? That took me a year to develop, by the way.
I have to try it again. I hadn't tried it today. I ate it yesterday when I got them.
Yeah. Are you a truffle lover?
To be honest with you, I don't even know what a truffle is.
Oh, really?
Is that
Okay.
what this is?
So
Right here?
yeah, yeah, that's exactly what that is.
Yeah, I don't know.
Truffle.
I don't know what that is.
Okay, so truffle is this very exquisite and very high-end type of flavor that it's a very seasonal. In Europe, like in Spain, Italy, where the truffle is actually harvested and made. It's not harvested; it's a natural gift that God gives. They grow in the ground, like literally, but you can't find it because they. It's not like you plant it; it grows. It's a truffle; it just grows, like in exactly what it looks like. They take it out of the earth like that. And all right, I think we'll just leave him off.
I think you just listened.
Yeah. And then they have these special dogs that actually go around that smell it, that are trained to smell it because it has a very unique smell that you smell, right? And they go, they find them, they dig them out of the earth, and they bring it back.
Wow, that's pretty cool.
And then they wash it, then they wash it off vigorously, and they extract it, grind it, cook it, whatever they do to achieve the flavor that you're talking about. This stuff is very, very, very expensive. You're looking at some of the stuff is like $400 or $500 a pound
Wow.
for black truffle.
So
And
is it
what
a
you
nut?
have,
Is it a nut? Or like a
it's
fruit?
got a certain nutty, but smell it. If you smell it, that's the smell of truffle. That's you kind of like that flavor, and people go crazy for it, and some people don't care for it. Yeah, so
Yeah, it does have a strong smell.
yeah, you smell that very. It's a very to me that's truffle. I how do
Yeah.
you describe
Yeah, it's
it?
hard to describe it.
Yeah. So whoever hears truffle, they're like, oh wow, they go crazy. It's like truffle fans.
Hmm.
And it took me a year to deliver it. It's actually very, very, very high end because it's pure. And that also you taste the truffle in there is actually very, very rich because I also lowered I put a little bit less vinegar in there, so the vinegar shouldn't overpower it.
Yes, it's good. It definitely has a very distinct taste. I can't really compare it to like a truffle because I never had one. So
Yeah, so now when you go into the store, I know you don't eat unhealthy, and when you see chips or popcorn that you see truffle flavor, so next you'll see a truffle flavor like in Trader Joe's or something that like a popcorn. So you'll see a truffle, just try it, and you'll see kind of like how it's similar, except I
mhm.
don't. That's not real. That's the only difference. You
Yeah.
can't put a real truffle in a popcorn because you can't charge enough for it.
So what made you want to do a truffle flavored on the meat? Is that normal to flavor meats with truffle?
Yeah, no, that's unique to me.
Hmm.
That's unique to Joe. No, nobody has that. And what I'm trying to come up with is a whole bunch of flavors that are unique and different in the meat.
Awesome.
You have in the jerky, people have like crazy flavors in jerky. So I'm trying to be more on the healthy side, zero carb or very low carb flavor path that give people the ability of saying, I can enjoy this product and I don't have to worry about carbs. Like we're developing a new flavor now called smoky maple.
Ooh, I bet that's gonna be good.
Yeah, so it's delicious, but I had to add, there's like 3 carbs in there. I added like
Yeah.
cane sugar, a little bit of cane sugar to balance because you need the maple, a
Hmm.
little bit of like that. So I had to add a little bit of sugar, but it's 3 carbs. Literally 3 carbs. Which product do you have out there that has 3 carbs?
Not many.
Exactly. So that even though I had a lot of fights on it with John, with the CEO, and with other board members in regards, it's like, are we going away from our path of the clean and healthy? And I said no, because that took me as well. That took me almost 8 months to develop this flavor, and I've kept it as clean as possible and paid extra for the most expensive ingredients that I could add in there to take away from some of the junk that would usually be put in there in order to add those flavors.
So you mentioned you can still see the pink a little bit in the meats, but it does still have like a brown color to it. How is that getting? How is it getting that color to it? That kind of look like a
Which,
cooked color.
well, okay, so you have something that's called oxidation. Meat, when it's exposed to oxygen, is exposed. So that's oxidation. That's the brown that you're seeing it. Meat in its natural color is the red.
Hmm.
That's why you have brown on the outside, because it's exposed to air. The inside is not exposed to air because that's closed up and it's only sliced after it's already dried, and there's no oxidation after it's already dried out.
So what's keeping the
So that's
meat
what
from going bad while it's in there? You said it's in there for 2 weeks. So what is stopping it from like molding or going bad?
Well, okay, we're gonna go. We'll go into some of that secret. But it's okay. Mold only grows at above 68% humidity,
Mm.
and how much degrees? Um, no, it's humidity. It's based on humidity level, which means you're constantly striving to extract as much of the moisture out of the meat as possible. And as long as the moisture is coming out, it doesn't have the time or ability to go moldy.
Okay.
Even though in its nature it wants to, because it's a natural product with no preservatives, it becomes a natural become that's part of the phenomenon of how you're taking a natural product and keeping it from. So you're kind of having nature kind of balance and fight itself to achieve it. And let alone, even though it's the mold on it is healthy. It's not a non-healthy mold. If it happens, it's like when you have mold on salami and other high-end charcuteries that they to begin with, like blue cheese. It's like, the mold.
Hmm.
Those are healthy molds, but nobody wants to see it on their meat.
No.
Even though it's healthy, nobody wants to see it.
No.
You know, so that it's a very interesting thing that I've seen it. It happened in our beginning stages. We were kind of learning. We had 5,000 pounds of meat on a batch that actually went moldy. We threw it out. There's nothing we could do, even though it was healthy. It was like, but nobody's buying it, nobody's touching
Yeah.
it, nobody wants to see it. And that's it. It was a learning experience. You sometimes learning schooling is extremely expensive.
So what cut of meat are y'all's cut out of?
So we have a variety. Sometimes we go from ribeye to shoulder
Okay.
to
And
chuck.
when y'all receive it, like how is it already cut up into steaks like you mentioned earlier, or do y'all
So
get the whole cow?
we no, we don't get the whole cow. We get the whole of all the cuts that we use. Like if we
Mm.
get ribeye, we get the whole ribeye, the whole
Mm.
ribeye without the bone.
Yeah.
We don't get anything on the bone. We get it already off the bone. The chuck or the shoulder. So whatever we get, we then cut it, trim it, and slice it down. Slice it down into thick enough slices to be able to hang, and then it hangs, dries out, and then we take that, slice it further. One is the big slices, and then it's the
Yeah. That makes sense. So what? How is that different from beef jerky? I guess I don't really know how beef jerky is made.
Okay, good. Very good. Excellent question, and I'm sure everyone listening right now is asking the same exact question. So how's that differ? So you have here the steak slices. Those are non-heat treated, air dried to perfection, 2 weeks to process, and then you're getting the beautiful steak slices. Okay, beef jerky is pre-sliced to begin with into thin little slices. It goes through a journey of soaking in marinate molasses based syrup to give it those rich flavors that as you chew it, the sugar's coming out. So you have the mix of the carbs, the instant rush of the carbs, along with the protein that processes a few minutes later. So you're getting that rush from the sugar, and it's cooked. So after it's soaked in the syrup and everything else, it's then put into an oven to kind of cook up for like 5 6 hours, and then it's bagged. It's ready to go. It's already pre sliced. And so what you're getting is there's no yield. Like I'll give you this. This is your audience is going to love this one. The bag that you're holding in your hand, and it says in it 2 ounces. j-
Oh yeah,
just so
yeah.
just so they know, you want to know what the equivalence of that, of what that was before it became 2 ounces, is the equivalence of a 6 ounce steak.
Oh, you're talking about what's in the bag? Okay, yeah, I get what you mean.
Mhm.
So it's a
The
6
two
ounce
ounce
steak,
you're
and it's just
eating,
cut down. Yeah,
correct. The 2 ounce that you're eating is the equivalence of a 6 ounce steak that you would throw on a grill.
yeah. That's so there's two servings in here, so you get 32 grams of protein. Yeah, that's pretty good. Yeah, I'm a big steak guy, so that's music. I mean, that's music to my ears. I
So
like I
that's
like.
actually beautiful. When you think about it, you're like, that's 6 ounces.
Yeah, it don't seem like it. Sure.
Yeah. You want to try? You want to see if John this time will survive the transport? Uh, we spoke too soon.
He was working earlier before you got on just fine. Like it didn't have no problems. I don't know why he's having problems now.
Yeah,
That's
I have to
weird.
fix this patch. I really have to fix this patch. Who
All
made
right,
that zipper sound? Was from him or from?
that was from him.
Yeah, so that's jerky for you. And when you're looking for the nutrients that you're looking for, so what you're having, I'll give you an example. The same 2 ounce bag, if we just look at the raw meat format, okay, a 2 ounce bag of jerky in its original format is about 3.5 ounces of real meat. The rest is sugar and syrup.
Yeah,
Versus the steak slices that you have is actually an equivalence of a 6 ounce steak.
there we go. Can you
Try
hear
that.
us?
I can't believe I don't know what's going.
Get yourself off the Wi-Fi.
And he's going again.
Uh, hold on a second. Let me just send them and say get off the Wi-Fi.
All right. So what are some of the biggest myths that you see kind of in the nutrition space now? Something that may confuse like somebody, a beginner that's starting to work on their fitness journey, or starting to look into what they're eating, trying to get more serious about it.
So I will say this, that I actually did he listen and get off his Wi-Fi? No, he didn't hear me. Um, nah. Okay. Um, if somebody's starting on a journey and you're looking because you need to have a higher protein, each one of these bags actually have about 36 grams of protein, 36 to 37 grams of protein in them. That's as high as you can possibly get, and that's because it's a non-heat treated. Heat treated loses protein. The heat process actually kills protein. So you're getting in here in 2 ounces, you're getting more protein than you could possibly get, as close as you can to the raw meat format, as if you took a raw piece of steak and just ate it. So now, someone who's on a fitness, let's define the person you're talking about. Is that somebody who's starting to go to the gym, or somebody who's looking to start eating healthier?
There's somebody that's starting to look to start eating healthier.
For somebody who's starting to look to eat healthier, so obviously they have their little journey of what they already have in their plan from their nutritionist or from their doctor, and they're coming on to get ideas. That's really what they're looking for. They're looking for more ideas, snack ideas, um, food potential ideas, because they get very scared as soon as you tell somebody you can't you know you're going on a healthy journey. It scares them. It really does. It scares them beyond anything you can think of. I mean, you know that you're doing the podcast for longer than I am, and it scares them, doesn't it?
Yeah, because they have to do something they're not used to doing, and they have to get out of their
Because
comfort zone.
correct. They have to do something they can't do, and that is scary. Scary as anything. They don't know if you're used to eating your piece of cake. You're used to eating. I've been there, done that. I'm talking for myself. Um, we need our piece of cake. We need our carb. We need our sugar. We need all of that. We don't have that. We feel kind of like you're taking away our drug. So when you start going healthy, and what are the first thing you're doing? You're cutting something. What are you cutting?
Sweets, junk food.
Yeah, it's easier said than done, right?
Yeah.
We could relate to everybody there.
Can you hear us
Am
now,
I
John?
in?
Yeah, we
I
can
All
hear
right.
you.
can't. I don't know what's. I'm so. I don't know what's going on with.
Yeah, ZZ
With.
Top, we got you. Yeah, yeah, you're full of excuses. I know.
Uh, I'm back for now.
For now.
It
I
was a
had the.
simple enough
I.
to get off your
You're a tech
simply take
guy.
off your
I have the
Wi-Fi.
tech blues. Hu-
All you had to do was get
Huda.
off your Wi-Fi. That's it. You had to
I'm
do.
not on Wi-Fi. I'm not on Wi-Fi.
Now you're
I'm in
not.
there. I wasn't before. Anyway,
All right. Well, since John's back on now, well, did he just
to
go?
be back.
Are you there? Okay. Yeah. Since you're back on now, John, y'all mentioned the word holistic earlier. So for anybody that don't know, what exactly do you mean by the word holistic? Like holistic health or holistic
Yeah.
coaching?
1 second. Murphy, let's get John, wherever you are out there in the street, stop in one place. Stop where you are. Otherwise, you're going to be in the same position again where we're going to drop you in 3 seconds. Just stop where you are and just talk.
On a podcast. Oh, I didn't tell me I want to play you something. Are you not available right now?
Oh,
John, try unmuting it.
John, you there?
Unmuted on your screen. Sorry. There we go. We can hear you now.
I love you. Okay. Where are we going? I just want to play you
All
something
right,
5 minutes.
John.
I
There's
think
a
my
lot
dad's
of love
busy.
going on.
Are you on mute, Dad?
Can you hear us? Man, he lost it. All right. Oh,
All right. So yeah, we could get John on just to talk about his holistic eating, and that would be great to get that. But from our angle, we could talk as regular people. The fear of what people have, the fear of not having that sugar, that carb, that drug that we're used to. I know it. I talk for myself. We all have it, and all you out there, we feel you. I feel you. I know exactly what you're going through because it's something that we have, and we feel like we can't live without it. But at the same time, once we make the change and we feel good about it, it's you just start feeling cleaner. You take it off and you start going clean. You just feel clean. I did a year ago. I did a 2 months of eating only steak slices, and I just did it on my own, meaning without going to nutritionist, without going to anything. It was fantastic. I had no idea what I'm doing, but I just did it. I said, okay, here I got a snack. Let me eat one or two bags a day, and see what happens. I was full because I actually ate the equivalence of almost a pound of beef a day, and I lost 20 pounds in the process of doing that while having all the protein that I need. For the first day, your body's adjusting. The second, third day, your body doesn't need anything else. Your body's happy with the protein you give it. Thrilled.
Is you basically just did a hardcore carnivore diet.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
But I no, but a little bit of a lie because I I was eating, I was drinking, um, uh, the seeds, chia seeds. I put chia seeds in water
Mm-hmm.
and with lemon, so I kind of had like the chia seeds with water because it has a little bit of that filling like jelly type.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I did that with the chia seeds. What I didn't realize was is that chia seeds has carbs.
Yeah. They got a lot of calories
It's
too.
Yeah, but I didn't know that. You see, I said I did it without any advice from anybody, and I'm drinking, I'm loving. I'm like, this is healthy seeds. It's got so much fiber, but doesn't the fiber kind of cancel out the carbs?
Yeah. You get like a net carb. Yeah.
You get no carbs. You got
Yeah.
10 fibers, 10 carbs. You got zero carb.
Mm-hmm.
So I had no idea what I was using that because I kind of like enjoyed it. Kind of felt like you're eating something different with it, like a carb.
So
That was
why did you
wrong.
put chia seeds in water? Have you done that before? I've never heard of that before.
Oh, really? You should try it.
Is that like a normal thing people do?
Yeah. Are
I've
you
never heard of
kidding?
it.
Oh,
I'm
it's
from I'm from the
delicious.
South, man. I'm in Alabama. We don't do stuff like that. I do eat chia seeds. Like I'll put them in like oatmeal or like a protein shake or something like that. But I've never put
Okay,
them in
and then you
water.
you notice how it expands?
Mm-hmm.
So it's the same thing. So you put it in water together with a little bit of lemon juice, and you got yourself that lemon water
It's like a
with chia
lemonade.
seeds. It's like a lemonade, but
Yeah,
you got that thicker experience.
that's interesting. I may have to try that. I've never heard somebody do that before. But I
Yes.
get what you're saying though. That makes sense. It would make it like that because they do get kind of squishy. They get thicker.
Yeah, they expand, and and what it does is, I think what it accomplishes from on my end, what it did, it made me feel fuller.
Yeah, I can see that.
I think it made me feel fuller, and that was great. And because it kind of fills up, because it's like it's not water. Water goes right through, but the chia seeds, because it's in moisture in your stomach, it stays full. It does not deflate.
Yeah, your body has to break it down. Your body has to digest it,
Correct.
so
And
it makes
that's
you
why it's
fuller
also
for longer.
fibers. It's got the fibers. It's cleaning your stomach, your intestines. It's cleaning everything in the process. I went from when I did it, because we have something. I'm Orthodox Jewish, so you have something. It's called um, the meat biblical prohibition of having meat and milk together. If we have meat, if we have meat, we cannot have dairy for 6 hours. Got to wait 6 hours after meat.
Mm, I didn't know that.
So, yeah, so in our circle, people are very scared to have meat because then they can't have their coffee or their milk chocolate. But if you have milk, you cannot have meat for an hour. So it's 1 hour from meat to milk, from milk to meat, and 6 hours from meat to milk.
Hmm, that's interesting. I've never heard that before.
Yeah, that's a biblical prohibition. So I went black coffee. That's what I want. I went, instead of having with milk and sugar the way I used to have it, I cut all the carbs out of it, and all I have is black coffee ever since. And I've never turned back.
That's interesting. So what inspired the Joe Berg the company? Like, what kind of inspired it? Like, how did your kind of passion for nutrition and stuff kind of shape the not the how do you say it? Like the brand's mission. Like, how did it come together?
as as, as being a God fearing man, I'm gonna say it from there. We go in life, we do things, and we have no clue what we're doing. You find yourself in a direction. You're like, how did I get off this exit? I never went off this exit. Where am I? What am I doing? What's my mission? Why am I on this mission? And you start realizing that God actually put you on that mission. He just chose you to do it. He chose you to be that person. And he put into your brain, basically instilled in you everything you need to know, with the natural capacity of learning in the process of improving and doing better and better. But that seed and everything else, that's all done strictly from above. And that's basically what happened. I come from the technology side. I'm a techie, and I've been in tech for over 30 years. 35 years in tech. I was building computers from when I was 15. And I'm not scared of putting together a computer, taking apart an iPhone, or taking apart anything. And I just turned 53. I'm a grandpa. I got two little grandchildren, and I feel young. I feel good, because it's all here. It's exactly what you feel of how you see things. If you see older people, they kind of like they start getting scared of tech. Start getting scared of what it is. I've never stopped innovating from when I was a kid. I've always been innovating, always with ideas, and always coming up and always in acting, trying to do the best that you can, to bring to the market what you feel would help society. And these products here is what when it came up. When it came up, I was just simply trying to create a cleaner, delicious, good product so people can have it. It all of a sudden it started to evolve without my even realizing. It started to evolve to, it's not just a great product. To me, it was a great product. Just, I said, let's keep the chemicals. I didn't think of clean. I didn't think of it dyed people. I think it was just making like a charcuterie that's good. And all of a sudden I realized, well, everything you're making is healthy. Everything you're doing is actually friendly to all the communities that are actually interested in these type of products. And that's where the journey started to go. And I said, okay, we're on that journey. And that's where I got in touch with Jon. And I said, Jon, let's go. Let's do this. I need your help on the holistic side, to make sure that I'm not just going on my own and making my own stuff, which is what I usually do. I said I need guidance from a professional to make sure that I'm doing the right thing. And that's when we started to build products based on that knowledge, and based on that theory, and based on that philosophy and ideology of really getting the best possible product out there. And we don't compromise. We've had I've had vendors come to me. They go, why are you paying so much? They go, how much are you paying for the vinegar? How much are you paying for this? And I'm not embarrassed to say how much I pay for it. And they go, really, you're paying so much? I could give it to you for half price. I said, if you were exactly the same product and the same healthy, not just product, but exact quality of the product, I'd be very happy to take it from you at half price. But that's not what you're delivering to me. And what I promise my clientele is that they're getting the cleanest, best, healthiest product out there. And I'm happy and I'm proud to say it.
Absolutely, you got to have integrity when it comes to your products if it's something you stand by for sure.
It's like you have to see, it's not just about um, what somebody says. It's you gotta trust yourself for people to trust you. If you can't trust yourself, Everyone around you is going to feel that you don't trust yourself, that you don't think you're honest, and then they're not going to trust you either.
That's true.
We're working now on a full line salamis, charcuterie salami, like the high end charcuterie salamis. Now, if you have experience in this, you would know that any product you pick up in the store has got nitrates in it. And for some reason, everybody's scared of nitrates. Everybody. Nobody wants nitrates. Am I right?
That's correct. Yeah.
Yeah. So when we're making every product that we're making right now is all nitrate free.
So how obviously that's going to come at a cost. It's going to be kind of expensive, like you mentioned. But so how are y'all going to keep costs down for people to be able to afford the snacks?
Number one is that people are not conscious or care about the cost when it comes to the quality of the product. Even if it costs a little more, 98% of people are happy to pay a little bit more for much better product. And at the same time, I'm also coming to market and I'm very conscious about the price of the lower quality product. And I do not want anybody to feel that. So we work very hard on trying to keep it as comparable as possible without compromising. Yeah, my apologies. It's like,
You can take it if you need to.
nope, absolutely not.
So how do you see the future of healthy snacking evolving? So where does Joburg fit into that future?
How it fits in is very, very, very simple. We make the best products along the journey, whether it's a beef stick, a sliced salami, a high-end salami, or a protein bar, or another flavor. Whatever it is that we're going to be coming up with is going to be the top of the line. Even if it's a deli cut, like a smoked turkey slice, like a wet product, not a dry product. That's also going to be done nitrate free. We are eliminating every single chemical that goes in that people fear. We are going to eliminate all those chemicals. We want every single person out there to say, yes, I can enjoy these products and I don't have to worry about the chemicals.
And I agree with you. People will pay more when they know they're getting the best of the best quality. When they get higher quality stuff, they'll definitely pay. And you see that. I feel like you're starting to see that more and more nowadays. People are starting to realize that all the cheap
I
food
mean,
is
even if you
junk
talk,
food.
yeah, exactly. But even when you talk healthy, let's say even when we talk, you're saying better, higher quality. Let's twofold that. There's higher quality, which equals higher quality product, and then there is the taste that's also better. How would you put that? They're both higher. They both go into the category of higher quality, high quality taste, higher quality product, or better tasting, higher quality.
I don't know how you say it.
Yeah, exactly. No, that's the experience that we want. We want to be able to give people the same experience but better. So which means you're used to eating whatever hot dog, sausage, whatever you want to be eating that you're used to. So it tastes just as good or better and it's higher quality
Yeah, I get you.
and cleaner. Higher quality, cleaner,
Yep.
less carbs, less sugar. And even if stuff that you want the necessary evil to put in, like even the sugars, instead of using granulated sugar, put cane sugar in, or put honey inside, or put maple syrup inside, or put something that's on a healthier level. So people go, "Oh, thank you, thank you." There are a lot of people, they use sugar, but they'll use honey instead of regular sugar.
All right, I got one more question for you. So you've been doing, you're on this entrepreneurship right now. So what is kind of the biggest lesson that you've learned from, starting this new company, and experimenting with all the different new products that y'all are looking at? What's one thing that you've learned from this?
Usually, I'm the entrepreneur that tells people, don't let anything stop you. Don't let anything hold you back. Here is one place I'll tell you, I think 85 times, because it's a lot harder to do
Hmm.
than it is to say.
Absolutely.
The biggest lesson I got is that, you think you're going to go to market, create a product, and sometimes you sit with the product. You're like, when you're in your kitchen, you throw open a cookbook and you're like, give it 2-3 tries. 6 hours later, you got 3 products in front of you ready to go. In my industry, a year later, you're still playing and going, did I get it right? Did I get it right? And that's the biggest lesson that I got, that I did not realize how hard this is, but I don't regret it for 1 second. And I look forward. I'm happy that when someone tastes a product and goes, I love it, it's delicious, it makes me feel good that my time was valuable and worthwhile.
Yeah, I agree, and that applies in somebody's fitness journey or their health nutrition journey as well. Like it's going to be a lot harder than you think it's going to be, but it's going to be worth it. Like you said, it was hard, but it was worth it. So I like that piece of advice right there. That's pretty good. So yeah, just go. As we're kind of ending things, go ahead and just let everybody know where they can find you, John, and Joburg, the steak slices.
So yeah, you could go to joburgmeats.com. Joburg Meats, that's JOBURG. Meats, plural, MEATS.com. You could also follow us on Instagram at Joburg Meats. You'll find us immediately. And you have did we promo code for your
Yes. So the code is Murphy15. So y'all can use Murphy15. And I will also have a link in the description of this podcast that y'all can click on as well. And that will get you 15% off of your order. So y'all definitely check that out if you're interested in getting some of the steak slices.
let's show them what they're looking at.
Oh,
Let's
yeah.
show the audience
I got
what
some right
products
here. So this is the
on the yep.
traditional here.
Hmm.
And then this is your pepper. This bag's empty because I ate it all. And then
What
the
is pepper?
black.
Let's talk about pepper for a second. So the pepper one is like like your steak with like the butcher style ground pepper. So it's not a
Hmm.
fine ground pepper. It's actually like a thicker ground. It's got that nice, beautiful pepper taste. Not sharp. It's not sharp or hot. It's pepper flavor, but natural pepper. Natural pepper. Okay. Did you get the spicy?
No, I just got those three.
Oh, you just got those three.
So
Okay. And then
traditional,
yep.
pepper, and the black truffle.
Black truffle is our new product. It's a beautiful flavor. You love truffle, you're gonna love this. This is absolutely delicious. You're gonna love it. The black truffle. There's two other flavors. There's a peri peri spicy, which is nice, mildly with a little kick of heat, and then there is a chili bites, which is for those who are a little more tolerant to heat, with a nice little spicy kick to it. And
Nice.
I'd love to hear your feedback. Everybody, go give your feedback. Give it to Murphy. Murphy can give it to me, or go on my website and give it to us. We would love to hear your feedback. Love to hear how you think, and if you have any ideas of products you would love to see, we'd love to hear it from you.
Awesome. And thank y'all again for joining the podcast. I know we had some technical difficulties there, but it's all right. We'll make it work. I've had worse before.
Well, did I make it up on the holistic side a little bit for
Oh yeah,
for
yeah,
John?
yeah. That works. But yeah, I just want to say thank you again for joining. I enjoyed learning. I learned a lot about how the process of making it. So that was pretty cool. I like
Yes,
learning, kind of getting more into detail about things like that, about what we're eating, because you never know what you eat nowadays. So that was interesting. I learned a lot.
exactly. I love sharing
Yeah, absolutely. So thank you
anytime.
again. Y'all make sure to check them out at joburgmeats.com. Use my code Murphy15 for 15% off. And that'll do it for today's podcast episode. Y'all Make sure to tune in next week for another episode of the Fitness Beginner Podcast.